We're live. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Surprise. Happy birthday, Timmy Mello. Everybody wish Timmy Mello a happy birthday. Just found out it was his birthday. So happy birthday, Timmy Mello. Let's see what we can give you here. I guess people can clap when it's your birthday. How about this? Happy birthday, Timmy Mello. What a wonderful day to have a birthday. Would have been better if it landed on a Wednesday for comics, but you know what? We're going to look at comics today, and it's still going to be a great day. But happy birthday, my friend. So glad that you would join us on your birthday. If it were me, and it was my birthday, I'd probably turn everything off and just like hide in a hole, read a book or something. But it's so good that you're here. I'm appreciative that you are here. Yes, so today I am streaming, surprise, an unboxing stream, which has kind of been tucked away in some of my other streams before. It would always like pair up with like a My Wednesday Comics or a drawing stream. And this package came in, I want to say a couple days ago, or maybe it was over the weekend. And I thought, oh, we haven't done just a solely unboxing stream in a while. And I think there's quite a few. It's spoiler alert. There are a bunch of back issues that I ordered, so I pretty much know what it is. But the fun thing is it's going to be, a bunch of different things, which I'm really excited about. And I always, more and more, as much as I love seeing the new books that come out every week and the new comics, the new characters, of I really, really love back issues and just kind of reliving stuff. That is in and of itself a fun exploration, because sometimes it's tapping into nostalgia, like stories that I've read. I realize that there's so many holes in the continuity of stories that I've read as a kid, because for whatever reason, I didn't, have a whole collection. I'm not a total completist with a lot of the comics I read as a kid. So it's fun to like latch onto one issue and be like, oh yeah, I remember that, and be like, wait, what happened to that story? And then as an adult now try and track down where those issues are. And I think that's one of the fun things about comics is the stories live on forever. And you can rediscover them and reread them. One of the things that I looked at last stream, was it last Wednesday? I had completed that like Joe Quesada X Factor run. And so this weekend I sat down and read all the issues of the run that I finally got all the issues for. And it was just cool. It was just like, wow, yeah, I remember that part and I don't remember that part. And it was just nice to like reread it all together and also like realize how you perceive things differently as a kid than you do as an adult. So stuff that I thought was so cool and as I read as an adult, I was like, wow, that's really confusing, or that doesn't make any sense at all. So anyway, fun stuff. So we got quite a few back issues to look at today. If this unboxing is what I think it is, it could, maybe it's not, but I think it is. And the fun thing is I've mentioned before on stream that I have a running list of like, oh, I'm missing this issue. And so anytime I go into a store that has back issues, I'll kind of target my list. And, but this last time that I ordered, I was like, well, I just want to complete this stuff. So I just kind of ran down the list and ordered a handful of books that fill in different pockets. So they're all over the map. They're all different kinds of books. They're all random title stuff, but it's going to be fun. Yes. Anyway, hello everybody. My name is Rocky Ballesteros. Welcome to another stream, an unboxing stream today. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so we will probably do another stream once again, My Wednesday Comics. I'm not sure what is coming out tomorrow. I have yet to, usually the videos that I watch from different stores or different YouTubers that talk about the comics that are coming out. Usually they come out in the early afternoon. So I don't think any of them have, I'm looking at my time right now. I don't think any of them have come out yet. So I don't know what's coming out this week. But yeah, we'll do another stream tomorrow because I'm pretty sure there'll be a few books there. I am debating, depending on how today goes, I might do a late night stream tonight because for those of you who were there last week, when I revealed what my next master study is going to be, I really want to start that. And I was thinking of pairing it up today with the unboxing. But again, I was like, oh, that just gets all muddy. And then where do you put that in my YouTube channel? Do you put that under a master study? Do you put that under an unboxing? So I wanted to separate them. And so I had this crazy idea of, well, I could do an unboxing stream in the early afternoon and then start my master study this evening, probably later as a late night stream. So yeah, that might happen. We'll see. We'll see how much energy I have, but I do want to get that one started. If you haven't seen that, go watch that stream. It was my Wednesday comic stream, and nobody voted because I made the executive decision that we are going to do a Jim Steranko page from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a Nick Fury Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it was a page that Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, who I don't know if he's in the chat. I haven't seen anything yet. I haven't seen him pop in yet, but he recommended it many, many, many moons ago. And it's always kind of been floating in the back of my mind of like, oh, that's a great page. And I kept looking at it over and over again. And I was like, that is a really good page. And I love me some Steranko. So decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and do that one. And that is what we will start this evening, potentially. So yeah, could be a fun-filled day, or I could just be pooped after this stream and be like, nah, forget it. But then tomorrow it'll run into Wednesday. So see what my problem is? It's like parallel parking a million little cars during the week of trying to get this stuff going. It's very crazy. But happy birthday, Timmy Mello, once again.
And the Guardians are headed to October.
I'm going to give you the Guardians headed to October for your birthday. That's what it is. But Comrade Sammy was the first in chat. What's up, Comrade Sammy? Comrade Sammy was first in chat last time, so benefit to me, I don't have to change the credits. They just stay the same. Comrade Sammy's fast. She is fast on the draw. So welcome, everybody. Timmy Mello asked me, did you catch the Fantastic Four trailer? I did. And I actually retweeted it out. What do you call that? On X. I was pleasantly surprised when they announced the casting, when they released, they had the like cast on at Comic-Con, and they had a couple like, whatever, crowd pleasing moments in Comic-Con. I was just like, I don't know, guys, you're doing this retro thing. Like, I don't know. And Fantastic Four has not really been great the last couple times. Was there 3 movies, I think, that they tried to redo or do Fantastic Four for the big screen? Actually, 4 movies, right? There was one that was like a really, really, really old one, way before Marvel movies became popular. Then there was the first one with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans. And then they did a second one, right? With Silver Surfer, which was not great at all. And then they did the one with Michael B. Jordan. And that one had potential to be good, but then it really wasn't. So yeah, I think the track record, and I would think a lot of comic fans feel the same way, is the track record for Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four, has not been great. So when they announced they're doing it again, you're like, all right. And then they announced the casting, and I was like, all right. But I didn't notice that the actor who they had cast for Thing was, I just blanked on his name. Hold on, I'm going to find it out. I got to give this guy this props. And it's possible that I didn't know him at all. Wait, how do I get around this? It's possible I didn't know of him at all because Eben Moss Bachrach, yeah. because maybe I hadn't watched The Bear yet. So The Bear on Hulu is a TV series about a chef, this like award-winning chef who, long story short, he comes from a Chicago family that owns like a local deli / restaurant, and he goes off and he's really estranged from his family. He goes off and becomes this world famous chef, and through the grueling processes of like the culinary world becomes so good. And then his brother, who owned this like mom and pop shop of theirs, dies and puts in his will that he gives the restaurant to his brother. And they didn't have a good relationship. I mean, they had a good relationship, but they had a falling out. So then he has to come back and kind of pause his career to take care of this family business. Anyway, it's a great, great series. Highly recommend it. I think there's been 3 seasons now, and it's fantastic. And this guy who got Eben, who got cast as the Thing, is a main character in The Bear, and his character is so good. He's a really, really good character. So then I had no idea that they cast him as a Thing, and then when I saw this trailer, I'm like, wait, that's the guy from The Bear, and I think he's a perfect cast for that. So I'm really excited about that. I thought the CG of the Thing looked okay, looked good, looked accurate, and looked it was true to the source material. So yeah, I think they really focused on him because I feel like his character will be like a linchpin of that. I thought Sue Storm looked great. I thought just a few lines in the trailer seemed pretty accurate. They didn't have Johnny Storm really talk that much, but to see him flying around on flames, awesome. The one thing they didn't show was Mr. Fantastic and his stretchy powers, and that could make or break the show, actually. That could be really hokey or not, because as we know from the previous movies, I felt like it looked dorky in the previous movie. So we'll see. We'll see how they handle that. Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, I was like, I'm not a huge fan of him, but it could be good. And then the Galactus, the back of the head of Galactus. I mean, they're going there, right? So yeah, who knows? I did see on Rob Liefeld's X account where he was questioning like, wait, they didn't show Silver Surfer because for those of you who don't know or who have been following the trade news at all, they cast a woman as Silver Surfer. And so a lot of people are like, oh no, they're doing this whole, DEI casting for Silver Surfer. So they didn't show any Silver Surfer in the trailer, and that's probably by design because they don't want to create controversy before the movie comes out. Who knows? So yeah, there's a lot of question marks, but I was really like, after watching that trailer, I was like, that looks pretty cool. Like, I'll definitely watch it. The aesthetic looks cool. And then at the very end, if you guys haven't watched it, at the very end, you hear this choir go, Fantastic Four. So it was kind of cool. It made me laugh, and I was like, that's kind of cool. So anyway, I'm pleasantly surprised by it. I will keep my eyes peeled, and if it keeps delivering what I think it will, I'll definitely go watch it. Emo Trash says, that was a long thing about Fantastic Four. Emo Trash says, you actually are live. I am Emo Trash. Honestly, thought it was your YouTube tripping. Why? Why is that surprising? Why? It won't would it like a glitch in the system if I streamed not on a Wednesday? Maybe. Timmy Mello says, very true. We actually get a comic accurate Galactus this time. Hopefully, from the back of his head, it looked like a giant toy, which could be cool. From the front, what are they going to do from the front? Oh no, we'll see. So it could go south really quick, but everything looks really cool and interesting so far. Big 36, Timmy Mello. That's young, dude. 36. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday to you. Hang on a second. I got to check something here. Just responding to my text messages. But Big 36, wow, that's awesome. That's young. Enjoy it. Mid 30s, technically. Well, I guess 35 is already mid 30s. But yes. Sorry, having conversations. I should turn that totally off, but I have to kind of keep it on for a couple of reasons. But just saw the response. Well, Big 36, are you doing anything? Celebrating? How are you celebrating today? Let us know. 2 days after your birthday. What? Emo Trash also your birthday? I'm just giving you guys. Is this a birthday stream? Birthday stream? That's awesome. Happy belated birthday. That's right, Emo. 21. Oh, man. Babies. All babies. Emo Trash, I am more than twice your age. Ooh. I'm going to cry now. Uh-oh, Emo can now legally drink. Uh-oh. John, I'm here. Start over. No, John, I'm not starting
He goes,
over.
what's your name? He goes, John.
Unless you want me to re-talk about the Fantastic Four. Go check it out. Go follow me on X and go check it out. My X handle is at RockyINC, like incorporated. But yeah, I retweeted or re-X'd. What do they call it? Reposted the Fantastic Four trailer. It's pretty fun. Welcome to the circus. Yes, I hear the clown music now. I need clown music. That would be fun. Or like Benny Hill music. Is it Benny Hill? We used to have that music in our studio when we were working, and when things would go crazy, or we'd be in like a million meetings, or like too many projects going on at the same time, we would like pop that in and play it. I got to get Rocky to... No, I couldn't do that. To save my life. Listening while eating. Awesome, John. My random comics. There we go. I believe I also saw Comrade. Yeah, Comrade Sammy's here. She put her flag down. She like came in at like a concert and like put the blanket down ahead of everybody else, and then she went to go get a burger. So she'll be back. Rocky, have a crazy idea? Nah. Time for a revolution. That's right. That's what we're all about here. Reposted. You're right. Yeah, not It's so funny. I mean, I guess I always hated the name Twitter tweet. I always hated that stuff. Appreciated the service, but I hated the kind of terms. But man, are they burned into our psyche now, right? So it's hard when Elon Musk took over and X is cool, but it's hard to like rebrand it in your brain. Just goes to show you how important branding is and being first in the branding is. So has FF ever been good? No, it hasn't. So it wasn't. Fantastic was atrocious. Let's not get started. Yes, Doom was the worst part of that movie. Like, regardless of the casting was all different than what you would expect in that Michael B. Jordan movie. I like Michael B. Jordan, but yeah, just the casting was all off. I don't even remember. Was it Rooney Mara? No, not Rooney Mara. Her sister was cast as Sue Storm. Anyway, I just felt all the casting was not great in that. But it was like, okay, just tried to go along for the ride. But the second Doom at the end, the third act just messed everything up. It made that movie like erase from my memory. Pinterest and it's out. I've never gotten into Pinterest. I think we've talked about this before. Talk about bad user interface. Yeah, I've never gotten into Pinterest. There'll probably be another teaser with the new Silver Surfer, though. The decision to go with Norrin Rad's wife is still dumb. Oh, is that what it is? It's not Norrin Rad. Oh, that is dumb. But maybe it's because they already kind of tried Silver Surfer in the earlier movies. So they're trying something different. Who knows? Yeah, they should have just done like, what's her name? Her name is Nova, right? Like, just do her. Or do Fire Lord. That guy was cool growing up. I always loved that guy. He was like the counter to Silver Surfer. He had the like staff with the two flaming balls at the end of them, and he was kind of cool. Didn't see the notification on my phone beforehand, but it did come in. Just missed it. All right. I'm not even going to try and understand notifications. Unsurprising, Rocky. I believe your children are only a year or two younger than I am. No comment. No comment. We celebrated last night by attending a What? In person? I'll likely have to dip in an hour, but we have a huge Cavs game to review. Oh. Wow. Congratulations to me. That sounds fun. WWE Raw in person? I can't even imagine. I've never been to any kind of wrestling event in person, but I can imagine those are really, really fun. And huge Cavs game. Are you going to the Cavs game or are you just watching it? That's amazing. I think I mentioned to you guys, did I mention to you last stream? Yes, that's right. I streamed on Friday. I didn't do it on a Wednesday because I went to a Warriors game. That game was so much fun. So yeah, love it. Love it. That sounds like a great birthday celebration. Instagram should be my calling to get off of Pinterest for the moment. Oh, I mean, no, I guess IG. I guess that should be my calling to get off of Pinterest for the moment. Was falling down a rabbit hole. Used to hoard reference. Yes. Yeah, I understand the appeal and the usage, the practicality of Pinterest, but just the functionality of it does not do it for me. All right, cool. Am I caught up? Oh, one more. What's up? Mark's Music Obsession. How goes it, Mark? Good to see you. Hope you are doing better today. One day at a time, my friend. But good to see you nonetheless here. I had mentioned earlier I might be doing a late night stream, but if I do, it'll be beyond your bedtime, Mark. So good thing you can catch this earlier one. Work related. Oh, are you going to work the game? Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Was searching for ideas to design armor for a character of mine. All right. Sounds cool. All right. Everybody's saying hello to Mark's Music Obsession. Let's get into this unboxing. Please hit the like if you don't mind. We did finally push over the 470 threshold. I think we're at 471. So that's good. But man, has it been a little bit of a crawl in this latest, or for these last 30, the last 30 to 500. It's been a little bit of a crawl. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, here's the book. The box that came in. Pretty standard. Everybody's used to these kind of boxes. But this one in particular has more than one issue in it, for sure. But yeah, that last 30, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a mountain to climb, to push uphill. But that's okay. I'm up for the challenge. All right, let me make sure I do this a lot. I just want to make sure I open this right, and then also I don't have incriminating evidence. It's been really, let's get into the weather talk. It's been kind of crappy weather here lately. Excuse me, raining a lot, cold. Lots of plastic for my cats to chew. Okay, let me see. I haven't opened this, so I don't know the order. Oh, okay. Let me arrange the order. This, okay, that can go first. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books here. Ooh, this one could go last. This one, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. And this. Did I order that? Oh, okay. These are cool. So I ordered this from. Oh yeah. So this is part of this, and this. Okay, this is you guys are seeing me like live in real time, but I do this when I get a bunch of comics. I do this. I like organize them according to how I want to read them, what I'm feeling like, and like rank a little bit. It's weird. It's kind of weird. So I like to save like the best for last, but sometimes the best for last isn't always predictable. It's just how I feel in a certain day. So let's start here. I got they're a bunch of single floppies. And this is, so I got these, oh, whoops, is this right? No, that's right. So these are Deadman. This is a series that came out, I will tell you. It's a mini-series, a 4-issue mini-series that came out in 1986. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I bought all these from a website called mycomicshop.com. Great website for back issues. They have a pretty extensive inventory, and I don't know if they actually have a storefront. They might. I believe they're in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. And you guys know that I visited my Wednesday Comics. You guys know I visited Mile High Comics in Denver many moons ago. And I kind of imagine mycomicshop.com must be kind of like this because they have a huge inventory. And what I think makes I think Mile High Comics could do exactly what mycomicshop.com does. But I think the difference is the way that they inventory their stuff and show it and share it on their website has been great. Like they tell you what they have available. You can do searches on names, on characters, on authors or creators, and they list them all out. They're very detailed in how they describe it. And then they also list out the different grades of the comics and how much each one costs. So if you want to get a near mint version, it will cost this much. If you want to get a very fine version, it's this much, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a huge comic condition grade person. I don't do like CGC or like, I'm not big on ratings, which maybe that's blasphemous as a comic collector, but I'm not. I just kind of like to get, unless I really, really love it and really value it, then I will spend more money to get a higher grade of a comic. But more often than not, I'll usually get the cheaper version, unless it's like acceptable condition or fair. You know, I like to get like very good and up kind of condition. So anyway, it's kind of neat that they list them all out and they give you those options. You don't just get what they get. You can kind of pick what grade you want, which is great. And it's been a place that I've gone to fill in a lot of holes in my collection over the years. So it's great. It's awesome. I shop there quite often. And I picked up Deadman. So I picked up this series, Deadman number 2 and number 4, from my local comic shop, Amazing Fantasy, Frank's shop. But he didn't have 1 and 3. And so I never read them because I didn't want to just look at them and like not know what's going on with the story. So I've been holding these issues from Frank's shop. This is 2 and 4 for the longest time. And it's because I didn't want to read them. I didn't even want to open them until I completed the set. So I've given myself enough time. I gave myself several months. It wasn't priority for me to finish this series, but I finally bit the bullet and just bought it from mycomicshop.com because I was like, I'm never going to open these. It's been sitting on my shelf for forever. I love Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. You guys know that. And I really want to read this series. So I bit the bullet and filled the holes of getting issue 1 and 3 to my 2 and 4. So there you go. Here we are with Deadman. So it's pretty awesome. Like I said, came out in 1986. So this is peak Jose Garcia Lopez. He has done several times. I've seen him draw Deadman in different comics or whatever. I think I have one of the books I opened up some stream ago was like a Superman Deadman with drawn by him. So yeah, let's look through and see what this is all about. Is it worth it that I waited this long? And I can tell you immediately already, yes. Because seeing him draw the classic characters is so fun, so great. Let me zoom in a little bit more. And are we in focus? I don't have an autofocus. I have a manual focus, so I always have to like double check it every time. Okay, so yeah, I love him, and you guys know, or one of the books that I unboxed a few weeks ago was that DC Comics style guide that was Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. So he is the man to draw the classic DC characters. And Deadman is such an interesting, unique character. I don't know why they picked him to draw this series. Possibly because, I don't know, but wow, look at this. This is really cool, kind of experimental looking stuff. This is wild. Okay, he drew it. Tom Ziuko, never heard of this guy, is the colorist, but this is some wild, trippy, like remnants of the 70s here. That's cool. That's 12 panels on one page. Usually most people say like 9. I've seen a lot of artists say like 9 is the max you should be trying to fit into one page. And people break those rules for different reasons, and they do it successfully. I've seen it done successfully. It's not a hard and fast rule, but generally they say 9 panels is enough for one page, or, max. But to see this is 12, and I'm looking at this just, not even reading the story, but just looking at it, it's really clear. And, it's not simple by any stretch of the imagination. There's, complicated backgrounds and angles and figures and stuff like that, but it's really clear for 12 panels on one page. It's pretty awesome. Then I'll go and do this. Man, I feel like Jose Garcia Lopez is, he was on another level of draftsmanship and layout and storytelling. It's great stuff. It's cool. His characters always have such a unique and individual feel to them. They don't ever feel generic. And Deadman's design is weird. It's a weird design, but he makes him look so cool and heroic. Let's see. Not late night problem any longer, Rocky. Not late night problem any longer, Rocky. You mean you can stay up now? Oh. Okay. That would be awesome. That would be so cool if you came to a late night stream. I don't know how late it will be, but I'm sure it'll probably be after dinner my time, I'm guessing. So we'll see. We'll see if I do it. I'm gunning for it, guys. I'm gunning for it. Ninja lurking, she'll be back. Mark's Music Obsession says, was out walking, came into a surprise of the stream. There we go. Here we are. Great weather here right now, John says. 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And I should be working on my car at the moment. Car. Who needs a car? Need comics. Comics will drive you. 73 and sunny here. Just doesn't matter at the moment. Oh, Mark, I'm sorry. Hang in there, man. Yes, Deadman, very underrated comic character. He is. He's weird. He's a weird character. He's right up there with, there's a bunch of weird ones. Like, wasn't he like a circus performer or something? I don't remember. Yeah, there he is. It's cool. This is great. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kind of. But look at this. Like, he's just like, the way that Jose Garcia Lopez is just playing around with layout here. Like this is kind of a backstory, but it's not just like, panel of him like narrating. Like he uses the page and to really like take you in and out of this dream state of his backstory. I love it. But then look at this. Like, look at the stuff he's doing here. This tree branch is like a foreground element here, but it's also crossing into this panel. So it's like these two panels are tied together, but it's like a negative space tree branch, which is awesome. And then he does this kind of cool thing where he like decides to draw. He could have just cut the panel here, but he decides to draw it full figure, breaks the panel, and it just kind of leads you here to this close-up. I'm always amazed at these wild angles he chooses to pick to draw his characters. Very difficult angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 panels. So weird. Some of them have borders, some of them don't. It's great. So interesting, really like realistic looking expressions in characters. Man, wow, look at that. This is awesome. This is better than I was expecting it to be honest. And what is going on here? Wow. Is that the same? Are these the same? Oh, you would think that these would be the same reuse of art. Up to this point it is, but then this is, unless he like cut and paste, maybe he cut and paste these characters, but this half of it is different. I wonder if that's part of the story. They're telling something about the story. Wow, that's cool. Because it's like a reprint. You think it's just like a duplicate of the art. It's not. From this point forward, it's totally different body positions of Deadman. Love it. Yeah, he's doing this like... He's staying in this 12-panel grid. Wow, I'm only in issue 1 here. He's staying in this 12-panel grid, but he keeps breaking the rules here and doing these really fantastic, interesting choices for storytelling's sake. Like all these heads are looking up at Deadman doing his trapeze stuff. Yeah, he is a trapeze artist. But instead of just doing like a standard like, oh, we're looking at a shot of all the audience members looking up at him, he does these floating heads that break the panel. Oh, wow. Dang it, man. That's an awesome page of him falling down. We see it from the top view looking down, and then we see it from the bottom view looking up, and it's happening at the same time, both like giving us two different angles, and then they converge here with the word balloon going here, and then they split out. Wow. He is good. Really good. On top of being a great draftsman. His layouts are stunning. This is awesome. I don't think this has ever been compiled as, like a graphic novel, the 4 issues. I've only seen it in floppy issues, or seen it like online. So I love it. Wow. Then he does like a full page crazy image like that. That's really haunting. That's so good. This is so jam-packed for issue 1. Let me just flip really quickly through the other ones. Let me catch up here. Also working as a circus performer in the DC universe is a highly that's right. For like Robin, for Deadman. Forgot the new sketchbook paper was very smudgy. Almost always lovely weather there where Mark's music obsession is. Mark has no idea how late Rocky likes to stream. He'll find out. Mark did have snow before, so it's not always. I mean, snow is nice, but it's not always beautiful sunny weather there. He had snow. Saw that on his social media posts, which seemed bizarre, totally bizarre. Here he goes with these crazy 12 panel layouts, but like breaking it. So, wow. I'm gonna steal this. Steal this thinking. It's so ballsy. Like if you guys read like a comic like Watchmen, I believe Dave Gibbons and Alan Moore, who wrote it, Dave Gibbons, the artist, like stayed to a pretty regiment 9-panel grid on that. Let me look really quick. Yeah, and the cool thing about that is, you know, it sets up a like a rhythm, and you don't. There's just kind of like a storytelling rhythm in the way Dave Gibbons did this. If you guys haven't read The Watchmen, it's amazing. It's one of those like cornerstone where, I mean, there's a lot of people, some people hate it, but I really loved it. And he, for the most part, every now and then he would break it, but he stayed to this like 9-panel structure, which was, it just gave this great pace to the book. Look at that, like almost every page is this 9-panel thing. And then every now and then he would break out of it. Here's a multi-panel thing, or more than 9-panel. You know, he'd break out. But when he did that, because you were in this rhythm of 9-panel, 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 and your brain just kind of got into this rhythm of the pace of the story, every time he would break that or diverge from that, it would like make you like take a step back and like, oh wow, like, you know, kind of catch your breath or like give this moment a lot more to stay on. So it was really effective. Like here he did multiple panels. But yeah, it's just fascinating to see. This was the first time, at least as a kid, where I really felt like, oh, okay, there's this rhythm in the storytelling. So it's really fascinating to see somebody do that with 12 panels. Great drawing here. Wow, look at that. That's a cool character. Man, I wonder how fast Jose Garcia Lopez worked, because his level of drawing is astounding. And for him to do this on a comic book, like he does this kind of stuff, that is such a hard angle. Not let alone like overlapping with all this stuff. Oh my gosh. That is not a natural superhero angle. It feels like it's referenced from, he probably referenced this from Life Drawing. That feels like a model pose or something, but it's so cool. Just feels real. Man, this is a great series. I'm shocked, you guys. I like I was telling you earlier, when I like to look through piles of comics, I kind of stack them in order of like, oh, okay, this will be like, yeah, this will be cool, and then it gets better and better. But man, I think I should have put these at the end because this is amazing. I'm so happy I finally completed the mini-series so that I can read it. I don't know anything about this author, Andrew Helfer, or this writer, so I don't know how good his writing is, but the artwork's awesome. Hey, Jose, can you draw a bunch of like half-clothed, muscly dudes like wrestling each other? Maybe like half a dozen to a dozen of guys wrestling each other in different poses. That'd be great. Thanks. He's like, yeah, sure. Killer. Like, I think Neil Adams for sure was a contemporary and could argue similar kind of draftsman as Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, like the realism, the dynamic anatomy. And Neil Adams gets all the credit, all the props of like what he did. But if I had to pick between the two artists, I would go Jose Luis Garcia Lopez first over Neil Adams' stuff. That's just me. It just feels like tighter. Neil Adams stuff was a lot more sketchier, which was cool for the time, but there's a way more appeal in Jose Luis Garcia Lopez's. Look at that layout. Is that not striking or what? Awesome. So good. Da, 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 da. Mark's Music Obsession says he has the space and time now. All right. I know it's not for good reasons, but I always thought it was your work that got you up early, Mark, or that got you to bed early. So yeah, we'd be happy to have you in our late night streams. John says, wish I could have made it when Katie did. Katie. Speaking of, Katie messaged about this stream. Oh, is Katie? I know Katie disappeared. Is she streaming again? Oh man, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I haven't seen Katie in a while. Everyone's kicking off streams now. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, how are you?
How do you say monkey in French?
Seen snow in Florida in August. That's what he's seen. Emo, you're in charge until Katie shows up. Then Katie's in charge. John just left. All right, see you later, John. Hopefully we'll see you if this is still going. And if it's not, maybe we'll catch you tonight if I stream again. We'll see. But great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Watch Comrade Sammy come back to replace you. Yeah. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 says Watchmen was good, but boring. Really? Why was it boring? Was it like too much talky? It was, I think it felt, wow, look at this. This is an ad for Dark Knight Returns. You don't see that often. That's awesome. Like, so this was coming out. This was coming out at the same time as Dark Knight Returns. Are you kidding me? We didn't know. The 80s didn't know how good they had it for comics. I doubt people will look back on our comics today, like right now, and go, wow, you know what? That was coming out at the same time as this. Like, if you have Frank Miller at the top of his game, and then you have this guy as one of your working artists working on a no-name book like Deadman, jeez Louise. But you thought Watchmen was boring, really? I mean, I know there's a lot of people who hate Alan Moore and hate Watchmen, but I think for me it read like a detective novel, like a mystery, and I love Dave Gibbons' art. I actually have prepped potentially. I've done a lot of prep already for it, just to like in case I would do it. But I have prepped and potentially doing a master study of Dave Gibbons from The Watchmen. So that might come up in the future. But Dave Gibbons is one of those artists, like really great storyteller, solid artist, could draw just about anything. Oh, this is amazing. Wow, if all 4 books are like this is going to be quite the read. Killer. It's a guy holding on 2 bars, looking down in perspective at like, what? The Taj Mahal with like a tank in perspective. Guys sitting and lounging on top of the tank. My goodness. All right, this is issue 3. And then one more. We'll look at one more. 4 here. We'll just tie up the end of this Deadman series. Wow, nice tie in to the end of issue 3. Oh, this is so good. I don't know. Whoever chose to put this ad opposite this kind of drawing was a little bit of a misstep there. That's cool. I like that Blue Beetle image. I'm not a big fan of Blue Beetle, but that's a cool image. Paris Cullens. I don't remember him. I love these. He's doing this a lot. I've seen it all 3 issues before this, but he does these like montagey backstory moments and just these beautiful faces. I can imagine what Jose Garcia Lopez's sketchbook looked like. He was just observing faces and figures all the time. I need to do that more. This guy looks like he came out of Atari Force. It's another 12 panel page here. So yeah, he's following that grid and then he'll break it at points. Still following, well, no, this is a little bit different, but he's jam-packing a lot of storytelling in this. Look at that eye. It's like using ink or white to do this reverse lighting. And then this is even like, there's like zipatone here. It's like, yeah, here, these like tones. It's doing it all for Deadman. Here we go, the end. The end. Wow, that's impressive. I will read that with a lot of joy because that is an impressive series. I'm so glad that I completed the series so I can actually read it because this is great. Oh, is that John Byrne? Just looking at the cover here, that's John Byrne's signature and Garcia Lopez. These other ones are Jose Garcia Lopez. So maybe John Byrne just helped out on that last cover. Weird. There you go. 4 issues of Deadman. Completed my issues, my series by getting 1 and 3. I had 2 and 4 from Frank's shop, but we are now complete. Voltron can form for this 1986 Deadman series. Excellent, excellent. Looks awesome. Okay, let's catch up. John, you do not give me power and then expect me to step down. You can fight Katie for it. Bye. Oiled up and wrestling, guys. That's right. Adams, overrated. Adams. Neil Adams? I mean, I wouldn't call him overrated. He was excellent. He was good. But he did some great stuff, like the Green Arrow, Green Lantern stuff. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember, a few Wednesdays ago, I picked up this back issue, which was okay, this is going to take us on a little tangent. It was a John Paul Leon back issue called Terminal, and I love John Paul Leon's artwork. So just really quickly, I already flipped through this on a previous stream, but just to give you a taste of like remembering John Paul Leon's work. Phenomenal artist, graphic style, and on these Detective Comics, or I've like Legends of the Dark Knight, Detective Comics. There's another series for Batman. But the pattern that I've seen is they will hire a creative team to do like short stories, 2-3 issue runs, sometimes 4 or 5 issue runs. And so this one, I only found this one issue at the store that I was at, part 1 to Terminal. So I wanted to find out what happened in part 2. And so that was one of the books that came in today, or in that unboxing, is part 2 of this. This is John Paul Leon again. And they just did this 2-issue story. More of the same artwork. Phenomenal. Incredible artist. Colors by Dave Stewart and John Paul Leon. So one of my big things with John Paul Leon's work, which I felt like was a little bit of a misstep on the series Earth X, which he drew, I felt like the colorist didn't really work with his art style. This is the kind of coloring that I feel like works well with his art style, which is pretty flat colors and some subtle grads here and there, subtle secondary tones here and there, but nothing to fight against how strong his black and white, strong and graphic his black and white artwork is. Just good color theory, flat color theory, I feel like works super well with his stuff. Similar to Mike Mignola's stuff. And sure enough, Dave Stewart colors a lot of Mike Mignola's work, and it makes a lot of sense that it would work here on John Paul Leon. Like this kind of coloring is awesome. That's great. You know, you're not fighting the, it's a little painterly, but you're not fighting it. You're not too complicated, too painterly. And then this great color theory stuff here, like this green just pops. So yeah, this is awesome. This is really cool. I didn't read that first issue because I didn't want to be left with a cliffhanger without getting the second issue. But this second issue looks awesome. Somebody got punched in the junk. Great drawings here. Oh, this is like a club scene. Awesome. Some risque stuff going on here. I love his Batman. Puts him in a lot of shadow. So that's great. Look at that. It's just like really muted colors and then this strong red right there with the blood or whatever is in this syringe. Cool. So, what's this? Oh, by Tony Daniel. Cool. So it's cool to complete this series, to have the 2 issues for this series. And what I was going to show too on the subject of John Paul Leon is, oh, Shadow of the Bat. That was another one. There's a lot of Bat series that have these like creative teams. Just like, so it's cool. You can find some cool artists, some cool teams just for a few issues. So I saw this at one of the comic book stores I went. This didn't come in the unboxing today. This is a separate store that I went to. But I bring it up because the reason I picked it up was it's John Paul Leon. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, great. I love it. I want to see John Paul Leon draw even more Batman. These covers are amazing. This is an artist who I haven't talked about that much on stream, but I should because he's incredible. This is Brian Stelfreeze. Shant has talked about Brian Stelfreeze a lot because he worked with him and was mentored by him. Brian Stelfreeze was part of the Gaijin crew, which involved Jason Pearson, Adam Hughes, Dave Johnson, Cully Hamner. These guys were based in Atlanta, had their own comic book art studio, and they were all amazing artists. And one of the things that really kind of catapulted Brian Stelfreeze to not stardom. I wouldn't say he's ever been a comic book star, but he's a totally respected artist, was his covers he did for Batman. And a lot of them were on Shadow of the Bat. So these beautiful painted covers that he did. So I was like, wow, those are great covers, great Brian Stelfreeze covers. And this is drawn by John Paul Leon. Awesome. So I picked them up and I opened it up, and it was not what I was expecting at all, because this is I think this must have been when John Paul Leon was starting his career, because they got another inker on him. And usually all the stuff I love that he has done, he is both the penciler and inker. And it should always be like that because he's phenomenal. But this, they had a different dude, Ray McCarthy, know nothing about this inker, inking his stuff. And it just does not work, in my opinion. And these colors are not... Who's the colorist on this? Sherilyn Van Valkenburg. Never heard of her. These colorists are not that great. So it was not at all what I was expecting. you can see hints of John Paul Leon's influence in this, but I really feel like it doesn't feel like his work at all to me. You can feel a little bit like, oh yeah, he has like some photo reference in there, lots of like environments, buildings, cool angles, but like just you lose a lot of the beauty of his artwork, the graphicness in his artwork when somebody else is inking him. And maybe he wasn't at that stage yet, but maybe he was so early in his career, like he did draw like this. But I don't think so. I think the inker had a lot to do with how this turned out, which, in my opinion, is not as cool as the John Paul Leon stuff is. Like here, let's just look at it in comparison. Trying to find a good page here. Like, look at that on the left compared to that on the right. Like, it just doesn't compare. Here's his Batman. John Paul Leon drawing Batman, and this is his Batman when he's inking it. Like, it just feels different. And fair enough. Maybe early on in his career, he hadn't proved himself yet, but it's amazing to see. I mean, that's cool, right? It's amazing to see an artist that I so admire so much and to be like non-excited about his artwork was shocking to me. I was like, it's got to be good. And then I was flipping through it. I was like, it's okay. I mean, that's kind of cool, but it's just missing. Like, I can imagine him doing like some crazy cool shadows on this if he was inking it himself. Yeah. So, and the colors are not good on this. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I'm like, what? I'm sorry. There's no color theory going on here. So, yeah. Not the coolest surprise. I love the covers, but not the greatest. I mean, this is maybe it gets better here. I didn't look through the second issue. It's getting a little better here. That's kind of cool. It's got some Mignola-isms here. It's not as cool. The colors are bad, man. Ugh. Oh. I like this red, but like, this is such a gross blue that they just put there. Why would you do that? Why would you hit that with like a blue glow here? It's gross. This is not a good color for the sky. Oof. Like, this red is awesome. Just tracking it. Yeah, this is like, feels like John Paul Leon. It's getting there. It's tough. Comics are tough. So if you had to choose, I would say go this route. So this was what? This is definitely earliest. 1995. And this is... what year is this? 2015. All right, so it's a good 20 years difference. I will give them that. For sure, his art style evolved, got better, established himself, whatever. But it's kind of cool to see the difference between early on and later in his career. But look how way cooler that is than what it ended up being, or where it started from. Yeah. This sketchbook might force me to ink drawings more often the way it smudges. Jeez. Hey, Jay Ryan, what's up?
It's actually a really good sculpt.
Good seeing you, man. There are comics coming out these days. Yes. Emo trash. That's a good idea. Get out of here, John. This is Comrade Sammy's territory now. She's back, everyone. She's claiming claiming her throne. My presence exists again. Birthdays. Yeah, there's birthdays. Paris was okay. Did you go to Paris, Mr. Monkey Boy? 1969? Did you go to Paris? Let me know. Or is that just a off side comment that I missed? But if you did go to Paris, that's awesome. Okay. So wait, let's see. Oh yeah. So that's the John Paul Leon. Completed that terminal set. Yeah, we'll look at this. I guess I should have pulled out some of the back issues that go along with this. So this is another kind of series I'm filling in the holes for. Another part of X Factor. So I just finished that. I think it was like a 6 to 8 issue run that Quesada did for X Factor. And then this is the Larry Stroman. This is one issue I was missing in the Larry Stroman run, and he has such a cool style to his stuff as well. It's the thing I love about the artwork during this time. So this was what, 90s must have been. Where is the date? Where's the date? I don't see the date. Oh, 1992, I'm assuming. Yeah. So early 90s. The thing I love about the 90s, as far as comic art's concerned, and you don't see that often anymore. Once in a blue moon now. It's like almost the exception to the rule. But most of the artists, or a lot of artists that were working on big books, had such a unique style. And I'll bring out another X Factor that was part of this back issue haul that I just got. That is a totally different style from Larry Stroman. But I love it. Like Stroman, can you imagine like Stroman working on this and then Joe Quesada jumping in there? And like their styles are totally different. But they're both really cool and unique. I love Stroman stuff. I wish he had been more consistent and came out with more for his creator-owned book Tribe, because his approach to like designs was unique. Characters, there's a lot of like diagonals in his work. It was cool. That's a cool Mr. Sinister, that shape right there, that like cape shape. And there, man, if there was any not consistency, but there was any like requirement for artists in the 90s, is like they had to draw cool hair, like cool dude hair. It's like Portacio was like that. McFarlane was like that. Larry Stroman, Jim Lee. Who else drew cool hair? Travis Charest did great hair. Stroman would do this a lot. Do a lot of these like geometric shapes with like crazy straight edge diagonals in there. We'd give a bit of a junk in the trunk for his ladies. Love that. I love that Rain's hair, Wolfsbane's hair. So yeah, this was one issue that I was missing in my run, his X Factor run, the Stroman X Factor run. So I'm slowly filling in some stuff there. Oh, this is Tom Rainey. Anyway, cool little addition there, Larry Stroman. Super exciting style. And then here's another guy. I've looked at his stuff before, but this guy, oh shoot, I didn't even know this, but I'm gonna open it up. Here you go, exclusive. This is the an issue of the Jay Lee. He did a short run on X Factor, and Jay Lee used to be, or was one of my favorites in the 90s. But this came with a little trading card, and I didn't realize that they didn't even open it out of the poly. But I'm going to do it. This has not been opened ever. But I'm doing it. Because I'm not keeping it for... I want to read it. Smell that 1990s air. Okay, here's a trading card that came with it. Cool. Who drew this trading card? Well, it's a Greg Capullo trading card. I don't even know who those characters are. I just unboxed 1990s air, you guys. Isn't that exciting? So yeah, I have the 2 other issues of this, I believe. But having Jay Lee coming... Look, Jay Lee did cool hair. Look at that hair. That's so classic Jay Lee. Cool. Yeah, he had such a unique style. Jay Lee drew like Namor, he drew X Factor, he drew before he went to Image, and he drew Spider-Man, and I remember he did a run on Iron Fist. So cool. Well, that's great. A great rogue. I'm sorry, a great Storm right there. He didn't even draw any backgrounds. None of this. No backgrounds. And then when he went to Image, he drew like Wildcats trilogy. Hellshock was his own book. And then he just became like Jay Lee, the cover artist. This totally takes me back. The classic. Oh yeah, he did Youngblood Stripe File when he was in Image. He barely draws any backgrounds. It's all these like graphic, super stylized characters yelling and then splatter. But I loved it as a kid. Cool. It's really like aggressive and like sharp and kind of violent was his artwork. All right. Neat. Neat. Back issue there. Oh, I better put this inside or else I'm going to lose my card. Yeah, there's some options like when you shop at my comic shop, they'll be like, oh, this is cover DA and it has the card in it, or it's missing the card. And I guess I picked the one that had the card in it, but I didn't realize it was still in its little mini bag. Oh, the 80s. Back when I was a semi-ute. Burn pencils over the Jose Luis Garcia Lopez inks, possibly. Rocky, I'm pretty sure we've come to learn there's no such thing as a little tangent when it's coming from you. Yeah. Cat must be in a box. Saw no. Oh, Mr. Monkey Boy, you didn't see the box. It was nothing special. Typical box. This haul came from mycomicshop.com, which is one of my go-to places for like back issues and stuff for floppies. Big swings right now. Comrade Sammy Mark's Music Obsession says, needing a reason, purpose at the moment. I've never been a just me for me guy. Yeah, I feel that. All right. So I curse the recommendations that come from like Amazon or eBay. Like after you buy something, they'll say, "Oh, because you like that, you might like this." And I had no idea this existed. And every now and then, like once every couple years, they'll come out with some gimmick of showing the rough version, the pencil version, the black and white version. How many times on this stream have I talked about the Noir edition, the Gallery edition, the Vault edition? So I'm all for those. I'm always finding those, and I think it's more common now in current comics, probably because people like me go gaga over them. And I mean, I don't remember when I was younger it being as available or frequent. And so when this whole series, Heroes Return, came out, so this is 98, I guess they did what they called a rough cut version. I'd never heard of it before. And so this is a rough cut of George Perez's issue of the Avengers and Heroes Return. And it's like the pencils, which is cool. It's so cool. And so there's a few issues like this, and I found them because of eBay. I bought something, and then it was like, oh, you might be interested in this rough cut. And there's this issue. I have another issue of a rough cut here also, and now there's a few others that I am keeping my eye on. But what they're doing in this rough cut is they just published the penciled version of the comics without the dialogue. And 98, this was back when those huge artist editions, the ones that I get a lot of, they were not made. They weren't common yet. So I think this was like the only way you could see part of the process back then. Wow. That's way more than 12 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 18 panels on one page. Goodness gracious. Look at this. This is very George Perez. He's another one that would like break that rule and draw like 1,000 panels on one page. It's very cool to see this pencil version of it. And I love that it doesn't have the dialogue. It's cool. You can see how tight George Perez's pencils, which doesn't surprise me one bit. It's great, great stuff. This looks like a paste up right here. It's great. George Perez is another one like, can you just draw the entire DC universe, the entire Marvel universe in the Avengers mansion in a double page spread? George is like, what? All right. And I'm going to add in another 8 panels at the bottom. And I'm going to put like marble columns. It's so funny to see somebody like this versus like Jay Lee's stuff where he was like, I'm just going to do like 4 lines and a blank background. And George Perez is like, I'm going to draw the molecules, each individual molecule of this page. Sandman. I never liked beardy Thor. I only liked it when Walt Simonson drew him with a beard, but I never liked beardy Thor. Here's George Perez like flexing. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna draw all of the Earth surface. Moon Knight. It's cool. Cool. I've never read Heroes Return, so I have no idea what's going on, but I love this artwork. We often, or I should say, I often connect George Perez affiliate him with Crisis on Infinite Earths. So DC stuff. And but to see him do Marvel stuff is really cool. Great. Oh, here's the script. Neat. Yeah, so it's cool. They did this rough cut back in 1998. They did this rough cut issue. So there's this, and then here's another one. So what I did was I just did a search for like rough cut of like in that time period, and then these different issues came out. So this is drawn by Ron Garney, who was a penciler for Captain America at the time. He's a great artist. Oh, this one, they even scanned it in where you could see the artboard. So that's kind of cool. The first issue that I saw of this rough cut series was a Thor drawn by John Romita Jr. I just saw that online, but I haven't been able to purchase it yet because it's harder to find. So that one, maybe one day I'll get that one. Emo Trash never used makeup before, so now I somewhat avoid it for fear of not being able to figure out what I'm going to do. I don't know how you ladies do makeup on a daily basis. I would just not do it. There's no way I would be able to put that time every day in putting on makeup. Art and Times J. Ryan says, I don't often wear makeup, but when I do, we're talking like serious makeup. Mr. Monkey Boy says same. Get to the bande dessinée. I've been so bad. So behind on the bande dessinée. Pro makeup tip. Don't get liquid eyeliner in your eyes. It doesn't feel very good. I'm actually one of those people. I know there's some people that they can't like touch their eye. I'm pretty okay with touching my eye. Like I do contacts, and if something gets stuck in my eye, I won't have a problem like reaching in my eye and trying to pull it out. But I know some people, like it's really, really hard. And those people, I don't even know how they do makeup because you're like drawing on your eye. So this is cool. For me as an artist, like seeing the process, seeing the penciling stage is very informative, very cool. Makes you appreciate what they have to do and appreciate what the inker does as well. That's cool. Great pinup there for Cap. I wonder why they didn't put nostril there. It's like missing his nostril. That's cool. Cool pinup. Or cool money shot. This character. That's cool, yeah. So I'm hoping that I can get my hands on all these rough cuts. I think there's like maybe 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them. That maybe they all came out at the same time. They say, bonus time. Believe it or not, this is Ron's original cover sketch for Sentinel of Liberty. Wait, what does the original cover look like? Oh, that's cool. Neat. Ron Garney. So yeah, these are the first 2 I got, these rough cuts. But like I'd mentioned, I think there's 5 of them. I know there's one for Thor. There's a Is it X-Force or X-Factor? Whilst Portatio one. There's a John Romita Jr. Thor, and I think he did a book called Sentinel as well that they did a rough cut of. I think that's it. Yeah. All right, this is the last book of the batch, but let me catch up first, and then we'll go to the last book, which it'll be a fun one. Nice. That is a good throwback. Today's art lesson is that fantasy medieval armor is difficult to draw. I have regrets. Michael Bancroft, what's up, Bancroft?
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Long time no see. How are you doing, Bancroft? Speaking of sketchy, collector cardy things. Sorry, that was not a good segue. But no, I did. I got this book. I don't know if Bancroft you're watching when I pulled it out, but yeah, I had this book that came with a collector's card right there. Go check out Michael Bancroft's collector card campaign. Throw that link in the chat, Bancroft, do you want to? He's killing it. Doing great work as always. The new digital coloring in the 90s is a big part of why I stopped reading. Wow, that stopped you from reading. Yeah, there's some bad choices there. Some bad choices there. And I feel like it also like revealed people that didn't know what they were doing who happened to be called colorists. Because they're like, ooh, I got all the tools, I got all the buttons. And then they just started pressing those buttons and it just was like, whoa, what happened? Why do you know how to do a gradient of bad colors? One of these days, Rocky will remember he has a chat and know you're here. I do. I know you're there. Let's see. Comrade Sammy's taking her throne. Emo, you look like you need to break. I'm discharging you. You'll be taking charge for now. And Emo says, I'm very well, honey. Thanks for the offer, though. Dang. Emo Trash celebrated a birthday a couple days ago. Wish her a happy birthday. It's been getting wild in these virtual streets. Oh, goodness. I'm way behind. Yes, I smelt that freshness. 1990s freshness. Dark Tower work is pretty crazy. Jay Lee's Dark Tower work, yeah. That was... Yeah, his style started changing there. And then he even did like a Transformers G.I. Joe's mini-series at the time. For me, peak was like Namor... Or what really got me into Jay Lee's stuff was Namor, his run on Namor, and I just couldn't get enough of it. And then he did like his own book, Hellshock, and he worked on Wildcats trilogy. That was amazing. And I think Shelby just posted, like speaking of Jay Lee, Shelby just posted of art for inspiration on Jay Lee's Wildcats trilogy stuff. So I've talked about it a little bit on my stream before, but go check out Shelby's stream, American Discord, because I'm sure I didn't watch it, but I'm sure he flipped through the whole book. And that stuff was amazing. But yeah, Jay Lee is one of those artists who his evolution... Wow, did you guys hear that? It's really, really windy, rainy out there. His evolution has been incredible. And it's almost like 3 or 4 different artists, but they're still like the Jay Lee-isms. But he's one of those artists that's just gotten better and better and better and better. eBay gets me every time. Yeah, that dang eBay. No thanks. I don't have an extra grand laying around for bande dessinée. I know. It can get pricey. It can definitely go pricey. Captain No Nostril, can't smell a thing. Yeah, I find it amazing how suddenly color theory went out the window with the introduction of computer graphics. Yeah, but I mean, there's people that do it really well. But and this probably goes to the conversation. I was having this conversation with a couple friends last weekend about AI and the use of AI and all that. That's such a hot topic right now. And even me as an artist, like trying to figure out, like grapple with, where is AI? Can you stop the impending onslaught of what it is? And I don't think you can. I think it's just going to be part of the conversation, part of the tools you use. And like when Photoshop came out, like when any software came out, there's a flurry and a freak out, specifically in creative communities and artist communities. And then you have people that like, who are true artists, who are trained artists, who are successful artists, take those tools and kind of do something new and unique with it. So I think that's going to happen, if not already happening with AI stuff. I'm still like, ugh, especially with the visual stuff with AI. I'm just like, but it's just a matter of time before somebody takes it and does really interesting things with it that you can't do and uses a tool. And all the people that are just like, draw a sexy, give me an image of a sexy lady in sci-fi armor, flying a ship. All those people who don't really know what looks good, and they're just kind of using the tool for the ease of the tool and the excitement of creating something. All those guys, it's going to look like the computer coloring from the 90s. It already does, kind of like you can kind of see the lack of artistry behind it. So it's just revealing and interesting to see. Because I remember even when those books were coming out, it's like, yeah, you were just like, oh, that looks kind of weird, or that doesn't kind of work. But I was wowed by all the flares and the glows that you could do in computer coloring. And I was doing that in my own work just because I was seeing it in the comics. But when you look out after a certain amount of time and you look back at it, then you're just like, well, that really wasn't that great. I want to go back to the stuff. Like, just give me good flat color. All right, here's the last book I picked up. And I recently saw this one, somebody do a flip through on this book, and it's just this is just a crazy book. First of all, the cover is a paste up artist's nightmare. I mean, they just were like, just turn the logo and like, we're going to stick a Hildebrandt painting in the background and like a Kubert drawing in the foreground, and we're going to rotate, we're going to put this border around it. It's going to be a double page spread. It's just crazy. And, it's funny because the Kubert brothers, Adam Kubert, Andy Kubert, they kind of rose to fame, and they're, the children of the great Joe Kubert. But they came to fame in the late 90s, I would say. And as a comic collector, as a fan, I saw them come in after the Image guys. So it was like the Image guys came in, and then when they left, like the Kubert brothers, among other artists, but they were some of the artists to come in and to fill the gaps and like become the new stars of Marvel. And I never really, really was excited about their artwork. And I know a lot of people were, but I was just like, there was something about it that didn't click with me, even though it was good. And I still kind of feel that way. Like, they're not my favorites, even though they've done so much work. But this book in particular, when I saw somebody do a review of this book, I was like, this is the most craziest banana book for the time period. And they were just pulling out all the stops of like trying to make it look like the coolest thing ever. And I feel like they were trying to image, but in a Marvel way. So yeah, first that's this cover, right? It's just like, we're going to make this the most exciting cover ever. It's Wolverine, Sabretooth, and like, all this craziness on the cover. And then one of the things they did was like they did these like gatefold spreads. And I don't think it's every page, but it's almost every page. But it's kind of bananas, and I can imagine how it was working on this original art, because double page spreads, it's like pasting up 2 pages together, and the composition, and this is huge on the page for a comic book, so I can even imagine how big this is even more in the actual drawing. But like everything's like veins popping out, hair everywhere. And then the other side, you have another double page spread, or a triple spread. But we're not just doing a regular triple spread. I'm going to do that perspective like from a worm's eye view. And look at all these, like they were just trying to out image, is my opinion. Because this is what the kids like, right? Splash pages. This is the wildest angle. And it's funny to look at this in light of looking at like Jose Garcia Lopez's work that we started, the first books I looked at in this stream. And he's pretty contained on the page, right? But I almost feel like his stuff was way better than this. I mean, this is fun. This is cool. Oh, sorry. It's not a triple page spread. It's a quadruple page spread. Because dang it, we need to see Sabretooth's torn jean knee flying at you over 2 pages. This is the craziest thing. This is like, they saw Stephen Platt doing Prophet at Extreme Studios with Rob Liefeld. And they're like, we got to top this, guys. So we're going to just tape all these pages together. And there's something about that, like, unbridled, like, throw everything against the wall that I kind of love. And it made me want to pick up this issue. So the other thing you got to think about is as they create these multiple page spreads, they also have to think about the kids or the readers turning the page. So, oh, shoot. I can't just do the triple page, double page, quadruple page spread. I got to think about the other side and what happens there. So now you inevitably have to turn the book vertically. Okay, computer colorist, like just hit it with every filter you got, man. So noise and glows and color, just put all the colors in it. Everybody, I want you to use all 128 colors. This is crazy. Rocky, for a second, I thought you somehow broke through the Matrix. The ankle biter started yapping. Rocky immediately says, "Did you?" No, it wasn't my cat. It was, you're the ankle biter. I see. No, I heard. That's why you thought I broke through the Matrix. No, it's like it's really windy outside right now. A lot of rain. So, and that's part of the reason I have to keep my messages or notifications up because my daughter needs a ride today. But yeah, it's kind of very, very sideways rain right now. Those are some teeth. Yep. Look at all the vein, it's fun. But everything is just like a splash, big in your face kind of thing. This is cool though. I mean, it does get you kind of like excited. I think he only did it for this issue. I don't think he did this every issue of Wolverine that he drew. This is very reminiscent of what Todd was doing in Spawn. I was just reading this morning, and and I believe Frank Miller kind of did it first in Dark Knight Returns with the like newscasters, but I can't help but think that Kubert was looking at the stuff McFarlane was doing on Spawn with this newscaster here. Like this is totally, the rounded frames, that talking heads, and this is what Image was doing, right? So they're like, okay, we gotta match what Image is doing. Those guys are killing it, but we gotta top it. So Dan Green and Mark Farmer were inkers on this, and I can imagine that Kubert probably spent a lot of time on these pages, and so they had to get 2 inkers, and both of those guys, Dan Green and Mark Farmer, are great inkers. So what in the heck is going on? I mean, it's pretty cool. It's kind of funny though. And then I know in before McFarlane left, when he was doing his Spider-Man series, he had the infamous sideways landscape issue that you read it totally landscape like this. So I can imagine they're like, we got to do that. Do more of that. The kids love it. They love it when they have to rotate their comic book. I actually hate it. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Okay, we need to fit 60 panels, but they can't be standard panels. They gotta like curve in perspective. Got it? That's what the kids like. And then because they're doing 3-panel spread, it's kind of cool. But it's not just 3-panel, it's 4 panels, 4 pages. Like, is that really necessary? Is that really necessary, Marvel? And it's just like a domino effect. He has to do a triple page here because he just did a quadruple page there. This is the last spread. It's intense. Really intense. So yeah, for me, it was always felt like the Kubert brothers and were chasing. This is Adam Kubert. I always get them confused. Adam and Andy Kubert were chasing what the Image guys did. And so I was always like diehard Image artist, so I never really clicked into the Kubert brothers, but they're good. They're solid artists. They're solid. They've done a lot of good stuff. Anyway, this is a fun one. If you're into overindulgent comic art, this one's a fun one. Should have taken a before and after photo and shared. Oh, with her makeup? Yeah. Wouldn't have been Chat Ninja if I revealed my face. That perspective is immaculate. Is it nap time yet? I don't know. What time is nap time? Almost. What time are we at? 2. All right, this is not super long. Those are the books I came up with. Just depends on how sleepy Rocky's voice is making you. I can read out this exciting book to you in a very sleepy voice if you need help to get to nap time. I can do that. But yeah, fun stuff. This and all that other jazz that we got. I didn't pick up anything. I mean, I got some library stuff. We'll talk about that later if I need to. I mean, another time if we need to. But that's plenty to whet your guys' appetite. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 says, I'm old. Timmy Mello has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Timmy Mello, if you're still here. Emo Trash had her birthday 2 days ago. Officially an adult. Welcome to the old club. No. She turned 21 2 days ago. Wish her a happy birthday if you haven't already. But it's been good. So that is where we are. That's what we got today. A back issue haul today. Always fun. It's really fun to relive. Like this Wolverine issue, I don't remember this at all when it came out. 1994. Oh no, 1995. February 1995. It's Wolverine number 90, but 1995 is when it came out. But so it's really fun to just kind of find out about it on somebody else's stream or some other site and then look through it and kind of relive the time period it came out. If this came out today, I mean, I'd be pretty excited about it if it came out today. Something like this came out today. For the time that it came out and just the timing of when it came out, it does feel a bit overindulgent. But you can say that about a lot of stuff I like. Like when you look at that old Prophet stuff that Stephen Platt worked on, like that super overindulgent image in your face artwork. But it's really fun. It's really fun, and it made up my childhood. So yeah, so that is my unboxing for today. All those back issues from mycomicshop.com. And Comrade Sammy says, yeah, Mark's Music Obsession 21, Emo Trash 21. She's all grown up now. Comrade Sammy says, did I hear mention you might do a late night stream? Yes, that's the goal. That's what I'm thinking. Keep your eyes peeled. It will happen later. If it happens, it will happen later tonight. And the purpose of that would be to start the Steranko, hey, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, to start the Steranko master study, because we got to get going on that. I've been like dragging my feet a little bit, but we got to get going on that. And it's a great page to crack into. So that's the hope. Because if I push it any later, I can't do it tomorrow because tomorrow's Wednesday Comics. Thursday, I might not be able to do it on Thursday. So yeah, it's just going to be, it might fall off another week if I don't do it tonight. So fingers crossed, I'm going to hopefully stream again tonight and do it. Yeah, all right, cool. Emo Trish says, I've been officially an adult. The government just decided to gatekeep a couple more arbitrary rights for me for no real reason. That's true. 18, 21. Apparently, those 3 years in between are really important. I don't know. My mother explained to me that apparently that you can't rent a car till you're 25. Another 4 years. There's people that drive at the age that I am that shouldn't be driving. So I don't know why 25 all of a sudden it's okay for you to drive a rental car. Oops. Must be some sort of like insurance thing or statistic on accidents. Who knows? John's back. And then I still can't begin my dictatorship till I'm 35. Well, something to look forward to. Happy chauffeuring your daughter. Yes. In this crappy rain, happy chauffeuring her. I'll be dropping her off where she needs to go and then probably hanging out at a library and doing some research there and looking at their comic book section there. Be able to bring some reading material. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 says he doesn't drive. Really? You don't drive? Yeah, you're not missing much. If you don't need to drive, if you're in a city where you can get around without driving, yeah, save a lot of money. Is it ending? Soon, John. Soon. Just trying to catch up here. And like I mentioned earlier, we might be doing another stream. So why drag it on any further when you're going to get twice of me today? I had to give you guys a good break before you get another dose of me. All right. That's all I got. Hit that like, you guys. I hope to see you guys later. It's on me to do another stream later, but I'm pretty confident. I'm going to give it a good 80% confidence that I can get it set up, get it ready to go. So be ready. If you want to join me to start, we'll be in the beginning blank page, penciling that dang Steranko page. We'll be in that penciling phase tonight, which will be super fun. And it'll be great to just kind of block it out and learn from the master and see that thing come to life. So come join me tonight. I don't know when time, sometime later tonight. Hopefully Mark's Music Obsession. You can come for the first time in the late night stream. That would be fun to have you there. But anyway, anybody else who can come, would love to have you there. And if not, I will see you tomorrow for an episode of My Wednesday Comics. I'm going to go and watch my videos now to see what's coming out. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So great hanging out with you guys. Hit that like. I will talk to you soon. Stay around for the credits and have a great rest of your day. Stay safe and talk to you later. Bye-bye.